My cherished child, in the silent hours of your day, as the din of the outside world fades, all what remains are the whispers of you heart. I see the unsaid, I hear you thoughts that wander your mind, the uncertainties that can occasionally obscure your eyesight, and the worries that could overpower you. Recognize the burden you bear. Obligations that can perhaps feel too great to bear. In mind that you might feel misinterpreted, disregarded by individuals in the vicinity. However, I want you to be aware that I observe I am more in love with you since I know you than any world you could possibly conceive, that frequently seems aloof and uncaring when achievement is determined by accomplishments and value are established by external appearances. It's simple to sense lost and insignificant compared to others and ponder why their journey appears less rocky. Their blessings are greater than more contented lifestyles. You may wonder where you fit into all of this wide cosmos, pondering whether your voice is heard, if it's important that you're there. The real purpose of life is goal, but I need you to pay close attention, my child, since I need to tell you the truth. A secret that has been whispered with you ever since the beginning of creation across the ages and has remained as strong, is still applicable today as it did back then. You are not lost. You are not ignored, you are misinterpreted, in my opinion. Masterwork, one-of-a-kind and priceless production that makes me happy and brightness to our earth. During the time I created you, I did so with the womb of your mother. A conscious effort to cherish every strand of every aspect of who you are, individuality, each talent and gift you own. They're all a part of my flawless. I sewed you together with my design for you. Cautious precision interlacing with your own, essentially, the capacity to represent my splendor and to influence this in some way, a universe that you alone can create. Recognize your doubts and struggles and your worries, since I am personally familiar with every facet of your live in a crowded place when you feel alone room, and I'm there, standing next to you. A consoling embrace in spite of tears are not physically felt by you. I will quietly drop into your pillow at night. Capture every one, preserving them as priceless mementos of the fragility and strength of your heart when you have to make choices that appear unfeasible, when the route ahead is enveloped in uncertainty. I'm there and willing to help. Maybe you'll only reach out and accept. You might be curious about how I can actually comprehend you when I'm the creator God of the cosmos that appears to be so distant from the everyday circumstances of human existence. But keep in mind, my kid, the decision I made to stroll among you in the I feel the person of Jesus Christ, the whole spectrum of human feelings and experiences. I have first-hand knowledge of experience, joy and sadness, to encounter friendship and treachery, to resist temptation and face. I am aware of the complexity of human relationships, the difficulty in locating motive and the yearning to be fully understood. Additionally, when you feel misinterpreted, you are loved. Folks in your immediate vicinity, keep in mind that I comprehend you. I am fully aware of your goals, heart, the reasons behind your acts as well as your aspirations. I can see past your facade, sweetheart. Occasionally visible to the outside world, the errors or shortcomings you have committed. You're afraid that I'll see the real you, that I made the version of myself that I always am. Molding and honing the version of you that has incalculable value and potential. At times when you feel forgotten, lost in the whirl of the world, keep in mind that I'll never forget. On the palms is inscribed your name. Of mine hands, you are never far from my thoughts. Thoughts more than twice as many as sand grains on each shore. Every second of your life is valuable to me. Every heartbeat is a gift, every breath is a beat of my previous love for you. I knew you when you were born, and even after your journey on earth is over, I shall still embrace you near while you're feeling disregarded and passed over. Chances or acknowledgement, keep in mind that you are consistently observed and appreciated, that the globe might have its own benchmarks for success and value, but my yardstick is distinct. I observe your kindness when persistence is not being noticed. You demonstrate in the face of difficulties the trust you maintain despite uncertainties emerge. These things could hidden from view, but they are, if you would want, I can call it sweet and lovely. Please, may God's grace always be upon you. Think about contributing to our ministry by pressing the "Thank You" button. Please recognize your love's unconditional eternal love isn't dependent on love based on your output or accomplishments. It's not a love that changes according to your emotions or falters when you commit errors. I will always love you. Constant and unwavering love that first saw you at your lowest and yet decided to love you, that loves you despite your darkest shortcomings you utterly. This love of mine for you is active rather than remote or passive. Following constantly there when you my love wanders and finds you when you my love fall, gives you strength when you are strengthened by my love, which is weak. It isn't satisfied to depart from you as you are, but constantly strive to change you into the entirety of my being, made you to be unique, my love. Youngster, not only in the broad sense that every one of my kids is unique, but in a distinctive and personalized manner that works. There has never been, and only to you there won't ever be, another you. Specifically, combo of presence possesses personality qualities and the capacity that shapes who you are. Unique and unreplaceable, you offer the world something that nobody else can match. How much I value you. Every second of your existence, every aspect of I value you so much that your tears affect me, laughter makes me happy. My heart to sympathy for the goals and aspirations I've situated inside of you are not haphazard or insignificant, yet they are a part of my larger scheme, strands in the exquisite tapestry I am weaving you a valuable existence. Beyond measure in a society that frequently allocates value predicated on efficiency, look, or impact, I would like you to understand that your value, in my opinion, is limitless and unwavering. I revealed the scope of your value, for which I offered my son's life. I was prepared to pay the price to get you. Your redemption demonstrates the incalculable importance I attach to. I am aware that occasionally you feel insufficient in comparison to people and believe you fall short, but I want you to know that I'm not. Compare yourself to other people. Are not a replica or a copy, rather, you are an original masterpiece's advantages and disadvantages, the successes and challenges that comprise your entire trip contributes to what makes you precious and uniquely you. To me, in the mirror, when you gaze and are inclined to focus mainly on defects and flaws that I would like you to look for, you perceive the beauty through my eyes. Not only do I perceive the outward beauty, but the splendor of a heart that is curious reminds me of a spirit that endures hardships in a life that, in spite of its flaws, serve as evidence of my grace. Additionally, love, keep in mind your value, my darling, is not based on your achievements or absence of them, is not as determined by your bank size. Consider the quantity of followers you own on Instagram or the recognition you acknowledge that your value has been determined, sealed before you inhaled for the first time by my affection for you, and never wavers regardless of how well you perform or the views of others. I recognize your potential. Possibilities that you might not even be able to visualize yourself, where you are constraints. I can envision instances when you see closings. I see fresh starts in which you view failure. I see chances for development. I am the deity of hope and redemption. My intentions for you are laden with optimism and elator as you feel helpless. Keep in mind that my weakness makes perfect strength. It frequently occurs during your best times. susceptibility to my powers, effectiveness most efficiently within, and you never fear your shortcomings or strive to keep things hidden from me, but instead give them to me and observe how I can even the things you think are deficient I want you to for your benefit and mine. Be aware that each and every prayer you say, your heart's cry, is heard by me. Even if you believe what you're saying is bouncing off the wall, even in instances you're too upset, furious, or perplexed to compose well-reasoned prayers, I hear you. Recognize the wailing of your soul, the unspoken desires of your heart. Nothing in your life is too small. Little to my knowledge, no cause for concern. I don't think yours matters, and you recall that you are not alone in your challenges. That I will always be by your side, as I pledged never to abandon or depart from you, and I consistently fulfill my pledges in your darkest evening of your most excruciating challenges, during your most terrifying moments or uncertainty. Please feel free to share. Watch this video with 3 or more people if you sense that you need God's assistance. Therefore let others revel in the heavenly light of our Heavenly Parent. I might not be here. Always feel how you anticipate, but I can promise you that I am closer than you are. Breath, I witness the struggles you endure, that others are unaware of, the internal battles, the inner suffering, the concealment worries you don't need to deal with, fights. I am your only source of strength and refuge. Constant support in times of need. When you sense overpowered, come to me and give me your worries upon me, because I genuinely care about you. I don't think your past defines you. Errors, you took the incorrect turns. You are still eligible despite having taken them. For my affection or the goals I have I'm skilled at taking the shattered remnants of our history and transforming them into something lovely. Your history may serve as evidence of my redeeming strength, a tale of grace that gives people hope. And I want you to know that, because each stage of your journey is important for me, the everyday, ordinary moments, tasks that appear unimportant to them, are all chances for me to have my presence to develop their personality and shine. Don't let my light blind others around you. Hate the little things, since they're usually in the consistency of daily existence. Believe genuine spiritual development happens when you have the impression that you're not expanding or progressing like you need to. Keep in mind that development is not always discernible, as a seed sown into the foundation of most of your spiritual development occurs undetected beneath the surface, but really significant. Have faith that I am at work in you, even if you are unable to perceive or sense it. Yet I take great pleasure in you, my darling. Have a distinct personality, unique peculiarities, and cherish the things that define you uniquely. You, they make me happy. Heart, I don't adore any romanticized, I adore you exactly the way you are. Even as I keep molding you into the person that your transformation into a worshiper touches my heart, whether it's shown in happy adoration or subdued respect, regardless if with music playing or presented in stillness, whether it arrives or flows smoothly through clenched teeth in challenging under what conditions, your worship is priceless for me. Perfection isn't important, or performance. It concerns the alignment of I want you to know, deep down, that your life possesses. For a reason. You're not a coincidence or an in retrospect. I made you using purpose, putting you in this particular location and period of history. Your life circumstances, the individuals with whom you come into difficulties, you see, they're all a component of my bigger plan. You have a part to play that nobody else can. Someone else can fill in while you're feeling like though your life doesn't matter when everything is said and done. Keep in mind that in my kingdom, importance is not determined by, on the surface, a straightforward act of generosity, a phrase of inspiration from a prayer offered with faith. These actions may have repercussions for eternity, which you could never discover on this heavenly side. The complete effect of your life, but I witness each and every specifics, doing nothing out of faith, and love is never wasted, I would like to say. You should have lofty aspirations, my child. And the visions I've given you for your heart are not very grand, however they may be.